Welcome to the color match trading system. First of all, I really want to get across to you that this is not a system that's based on moving averages. This is not based on moving averages or any old technology. The circles and diamonds that you see in the top part of the screen or the top part of the pane is based on cumulative order flow. Very accurate. And you will not find, I don't think, anywhere where you can see signals occurring like here at the very top of a turn, the very bottom of a turn. Uh, this type of technology is not available with moving averages. It is a very, very precise technology that gives you the understanding of the predominance of buyers, aggressive buyers and sellers in the marketplace. And when you couple that with our pristine custom oscillator on the bottom, and you wait for these turning points to be confirmed, you will do so well when it comes to trading and understanding trading and seeing the turning points in the market. Now, of course, this is for education only. I'm not giving financial advice. I'm only teaching what you could use as a means of day trading and how to approach the markets, in a manner that is that helps you to understand when to get in and when to get out. If you look at the bottom, you'll see our custom oscillator has both green and red background colors, and in between is dark. So dark means it's in consolidation mode. We really don't want to be involved in the trade. We wait for a pullback into the buying area. This is the oversold area, or into the sell area. But for that to take place, we need a confirming order flow signal. Now, this is today, June 6th. And here's how this trade worked out. We waited patiently, right, for a trade. It was 8:45 Pacific Standard Time, and we started to get these order flow signals here. They don't often come in like this in a cascading effect, but no worries, because I wait for the last bar to stop printing the order flow signal, and then I wait for a bar to close above. That is my confirmation that the order flow is a valid signal. But before I take the trade, I want to look below and make sure that the color and the oscillator is green. This gives me a very, very high level of confidence about going long on a trade. Now I'm thinking right here, oh, I can at least grab this liquidity, maybe go as high as this liquidity, because this is all liquidity that was taken from the market to go down to help meet the move here. And so now we're going to move up, and I'm thinking, okay, this is a good area to exit. If my trade comes through, I'll exit there, I'll exit there. Or if you just follow our exact system, you would have exited either right on the diamond, because we recommend that the absolute exit will be on the opposite oscillator color at the very end of the oscillator. So right over there would have been the perfect time to get out on that bar, as you can see it. Or if for some reason you missed it, there's a diamond here. So, but this is the absolute exit, really right there. Let's take a look and see how this trade did for us. So we entered right here with confidence, and there was really no drawdown to this trade. Look at it. It never even went below our entry price. You would have put a stop loss as low as below the lowest signal, the circle here, the order flow bar, and then moved it up pretty darn quickly. So you could just kind of raise it a little bit here. You can see the market's kind of moving around until it finally starts to break out. And you have to understand, the momentum aspect of the market doesn't always work the way we expect it to work. We don't know what the slope is going to be. We don't know it's going to be up, down, finally up, down. We don't know. What we know is our system tells us, see the straight line here? Tells us to stay in, okay? And not worry, stay in the trade because the oscillator down here is entered into the overbought area and it's valid all the way to the end here. So you've stayed in all the way to here, or like I suggested earlier, the market's probably going to look for an exit here or an exit here because we look to the left as advanced traders and we can see what the market is trying to do, okay, to get that liquidity. That's our high target, which is exactly where on the right side, the market went right there. In fact, if we exited on that bar, look over here to the left, that's exactly where the top of this swing went. You see the relationship between our exit and the liquidity over here in the market. So this trade was comfortably taken at 30,394. And I'm thinking, wow, we're right around the 30,400 mark. We came below 30,400 on the NQ. It makes sense to get in. The market's telling me it's probably going to move higher than 30,400 because it came down below and it's ready to move back up above it. Its turning point is around the 30,400 level. This is a good, sensible trade. So we got in 30,394 and took it all the way up to here, 30,456. So that would be 62 points. That is a beautiful trade. Beautiful trade. And with those type of trades with zero drawdown, no risk, you're not going to find better trades like that anywhere in the marketplace. We got in at the very bottom, okay? Early at the very bottom. We only needed to wait one bar to confirm the bottom. You don't want to get in too soon on the first circle or diamond. You want to wait for the confirmation. So we got in and we took this trade very nicely, and then we exited. This next signal is not valid because if you look below, there's no green background, so we can't go long. These are sell signals, and the first sell signal came right here, okay, because this bar didn't print a order flow signal and it went closed below the previous one. You could have taken this, but you would have got stopped out. Okay, so and if you're following the market today, Thursday, you can see how strong it was in rebounding. Personally, I was looking primarily for longs. Okay, this, however, was a short. Market came up here, tested, retested. Okay, so I knew as a trader that this could be a retest area, 30,590. The market in the NQ likes to go to whole numbers, 30,600, 30,400 or 500. It goes to these whole numbers. So 30,590 is pretty close to 30,006. Good reason to sell off. If you took this trade, we would have entered the short right here. For safety purposes, it closed below the order flow bar into our red background color on the oscillator. And look how we took this trade. 30,581, good area to short, straight down, looking to recapture this liquidity. We got this circle forming right here on this doji, okay? This is telling us absolute exit. Do not go for 1 penny more because the market is telling me aggressive buyers are stepping in over here. They're stepping in to turn the market around. So aggressive sellers, aggressive buyers. Perfect trade. Excellent trade right into our turning point of the green oscillator. Perfect. Here is our entry. We entered right here. We came up here, okay? And if you look below, this was a very short trade. The red background color changed to consolidation mode or chop mode, you can call it. So we exited right here. We didn't make any money in this trade, maybe a few dollars. We didn't lose any. If you got out early, you said to yourself that the market is going to regain the liquidity from the left side. Maybe you exited early, good for you. Actually, I took this trade and I did get out early, so I made some good money on this trade. There was no trade. Actually, let's take a look at this next trade. We did get a order flow signal over here, but it didn't come below that. So the way you can deal with that is you can wait for the bar to close here, which is above the order flow signal. And we did have a green background. If you wanted to take that trade, you could have, and you would have waited for the end of the red oscillator background here. You could have gotten out right here. This is such a defined trading system. It leads to very little speculation on your part. You don't have to second guess yourself. You watch the trading system work, because you would never, and you and I would never know that this is a turning point without this circle here. We would never know this is a turning point. We would never know, okay, that these are strong, valid turning points in the market. Never know. This system gives us absolute validity into the turning points of the market based on aggressive buyers and sellers. So if you want to succeed in trading, I highly recommend you take a trial of our product. You can look in our description below, and you can come in as a free member in our Whop group, WHOP, and from there, you can ask questions, you can look at some of our trades, and then you can enter into a trial, which is a 3-day trial. Try it out for 3 days. And if you still have questions after 3 days and you want a couple more days, let me know. Because I am convinced that this will be by far the best trading system you're ever going to take if you are a day trader or a scalper. Now you can use this on any time frame, on any instrument, but I exclusively trade the NQ. And if you go back on my YouTubes, you can see that we traded previous days as well, so you can get an idea of how we traded that. So I hope you're getting an understanding of how we trade, what the system can do for you. If you like the way that these circles and diamonds appear on your chart and the way our system deals with the order flow, give it a shot. I think you're going to be so happy with this system. It's going to beat any other algo that you've seen on the market, anything else. This could very well be the last trading system that you use. Thank you very much. Oops, got to stop here.